Okay, and we're recording. Okay, good morning. Good morning. Joe's here live with me this morning, so thanks, Joe. Good morning. We've had a little chat. So today's, can you believe it's March? Oh my God, I can't believe it's March. But today for our class, we're going to still focus a little bit more on the shoulders, but obviously it's going to be an all-over class in general. There'll be a little bit of action, a little bit of restorative. We'll kind of mix it up a little bit, seeing as we have the 90 minutes. And we'll finish off with a nice juicy savasana and pranayama meditation while we have, that extended time. So good. All right, so we're going to start on our mat. I'll stay here just for this process, but we'll start seated. We'll do our little check-in, and then we're going to move straight onto our hands and knees and get moving really slowly. Okay, so however you like to sit to do your check-in, make yourself comfortable there. Excuse me. Few sighs or just nice little exhales, whatever you like to do. And just notice where you come in contact with the floor or the chair or your bolster, whatever you're on, whatever's beneath you, and how comfortable your seat is this morning. Or maybe it's uncomfortable, who knows? Just check in and notice how you are sitting today. Notice how your body in general feels. So not just your seat, but your overall body in this shape. Your physical, your mental, emotional, your energetic, however you arrived here this morning. Come and notice your breath. And can you have an intention this morning just to stay with the rhythm of your breath and how your body responds to that. So right now, for instance, you may feel your breath, yes, but feeling into how your body's responding, so that movement of the body that the breath creates. I'm going to make my way back to my mat, and you guys make your way onto your hands and knees. So just staying up in tabletop for now, take your time. So the hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips. Maybe just a little sway from side to side in the hips. Feeling into the hips, moving from side to side. Of course, if you need padding under your knees, you can pop a blanket underneath you. And then keep your hips swaying from side to side, but just shifting the focus to the movement in the shoulders now, in the arms and the wrists. And you may find that this movement, now that you've shifted focus, takes on a little bit of a mind of its own. Just let that happen now. You may find you kind of end up in little squiggly, sort of snaky sort of movements. Just let your body take over. Then come to stillness. Take a moment there. And with your hands underneath your shoulders, bend your elbows, but we're not going down into child's pose. Just bend your elbows, keep your bottom around about where it is, and take the elbows to the floor, just letting the weight come down into the elbows. So your bottom's still high, and we're just taking the elbows down. And let your head hang. So pressing into the elbows just gently to support the upper body, and just let your head hang. And be with your breath here. Just introducing that intention of the breath, moving the body. And then we're going to push our way up again. So really press your palms, spread your palms, press them into the floor, and use your palms to push yourself back up, to straighten your arms. And open your chest into cow pose. Be there for a moment with your breath, feeling the body, breathing. And we're going to sink back down this time, bending the elbows, but just letting the bottom come back a little, not into child's pose. Keep it above, not all the way down, but just letting the bottom glide back a little bit, really, and come down onto the elbows. Let your head go. You get a little bit of stretch in the low back. Those first little stretches. Breathe into the low back now. Opening up the low back even more. Inhale, push up with your hands, engaging the arms. Again, coming forward into cow. Opening the chest muscles. And then into cat pose, so round the back. Tuck the tail, tuck the chin, press the floor away. And be there with your breath. Just feeling in, moving, stretching, rehydrating the body. And then from here, again, bend the elbows, take the bottom back a little, glide it back. You might feel like you want to go just a little bit further this time. Inhale and exhale into the low back. Come on up. Look forward. Feel that beautiful opening of the chest. A nice stretch in the upper back. So you might not think of this as stretching because it's going in the other direction, but remembering our tutorial the other day, we want to get this spine really mobile. Into cat now. Pressing away. Feeling the body breathe. And then on your next exhale, bend your elbows to the floor. Take your bottom back, maybe down to your heels if you like this time. And just rest it down. But elbows are soft on the floor. Maybe your head's touching on the floor. Maybe you want to make a little stack with your hands if you need to keep your head up a little higher. But just feel the back body breathing now. Okay, make a little fist if you need to, twirl your wrists around. Just giving them a little bit of love, wiggle your fingers. And we're going to start to come up, so spread your hands again. If you'd like, come through dog. If you just want to come up through a roll, then roll your way up. But pushing onto your hands and then whichever way you want to go, up into dog or just making your way up. Take your time getting there. If you feel like you want to have a play, have a play. And we're all going to end up in mountain pose. We'll meet there. Shoulders maybe. I'm going to have to turn on this awful light. Bit dark. All right. Give your arms a shake. I don't know why, but I automatically just start swaying. I do a lot of this when I'm just standing around talking. Just my hips tend to go from side to side. So if you're inclined to do that, feel free. I don't know why I do it. All right. Come to mountain pose now. Just lining your feet up under your hips, ground them down, wiggle your toes, flatten your feet into the floor, palms facing toward the front, toward forward. They don't have to be all the way. Everybody's range of motion in their shoulders and elbows will determine how comfortable you are, where they sit. So come to your breath now. Feel that beautiful movement through your mountain pose. Nice. When you're ready, inhale the arms up, look up. Nice and slow. Look up, reach up, hold it up there. Press down through the feet and reach through the fingers. Be with your breath, don't stop breathing. On your next exhale, bring your arms down beside you and clasp them now behind your back. Inhale, reach the fingers toward the floor, open the chest, look up. Hang out there. Okay, bring your head back to center. So lifting the head back up. We want to start there. Inhale, take the arms back out and up. And let's fold down this time. Nice big bend in the knees. Hands on the knees now and halfway up. Nice long spine. Looking down. Exhale down. Push all the way up. Big bend in the knees. Push up. Reach up. Fold down again. Enjoy that exhale, that fold. Halfway up, lengthen. Enjoy opening. Shoulders come down away from the ears. Exhale down. Bend and push. Spring back up. One more. And with your breath. And we'll finish in mountain pose. After you've pushed all the way back up, let your hands rest down by your sides. And just feel whatever changes happen there. Maybe you might just feel a little looser physically. Maybe you feel that prana a little stronger, the energy running through the body a little more. You can take your feet just a little wider now. Just a little wider than hip distance. My toes are pointing forward. Okay. All right, inhale the arms up. Exhale over to the right now. So bring your right hand down, lean to the right, push your left hip to the left. So the body kind of leans over as well. Push your left hip over, Joe. Right, back. Yep. All right, inhale back up. Change sides. Exhale, left hand goes down to the side, arm goes to the left, the right arm, and that right hip leans out to the left, to the right. Inhale up. We're going to do that 2 more times on each side. So do it at your own pace. And maybe hold a breath or 2 while you're there and just feel the left side or the right side, whichever side, the open side, expanding. You might find your spine having a little bit of adjustment happening. Nice. Probably on the last one now. And we'll finish in a wide-legged mountain pose, just bringing the arms down beside you. Release the breath, ground down through the feet. That's how you feel. And just to, excuse me, to release any tension, just start to make some little figure eights in your hips. Let your knees be soft and bend here too. And if you feel like a little roll down, if your body says, oh, I think I need a roll down, go ahead and do that. I'll just do that quickly just to, oh, nice, Joe. Just to show you. Oh, maybe you want to hang there. That's what feels good in my bod. But let's do what your bods are asking for you now. And when you're ready, we'll all meet back in mountain pose. Whoopsies. Just for that, Joe's camera fell off the shelf, by the way, everyone. That's what I whoopsied about. I'm glad it was that falling, Joe, and not you. All right, I'm just going to keep going, Joe. So, feet, legs length apart. Shift your right foot forward, so to 90. So kind of just like a short warrior two pose, really. Okay. And then we're going to inhale and reach the arms up, the front legs straight still. And then we're going to bend the front knee and lean over to the side. So in a warrior, sorry, a side angle pose. And then come back up. And we're just going to keep moving there. So we inhale up, we exhale over, nice and slow. Inhale up. Straighten the leg when you come back up. Yep. And then when you exhale over this time, just hang out there. Breathe into the left side. Okay, let that left arm now swing down and come into a forward fold. So turn that right foot in, come into a wide-legged forward fold. Place your left hand on the floor underneath your face. If you can't reach the floor, grab your block and just pop it underneath if you need to bring the floor up, whatever works. And then trace your right hand up along the inside of the left arm to the chest. We turn to the right, and maybe you reach the left arm up to the ceiling. Maybe you just keep it on the chest. Maybe you have it on the hip. Whatever works for you. Be there with your breath. Try and smooth it out. Okay, bring it back down. We're going to change sides. Turn the left foot around. Push your way up. Reach up 3 times on this side. Into a nice gentle side angle pose to the left. Reach in. Inhale up. We're just going to hold the third one. Exhale down. Inhale up. Okay, last one. We're going to hold. We're going to breathe and feel into the right side. What are you feeling with your body and your breath? Nice. Let the right arm now come down to the floor. We come back to center. We turn the foot in. This time the right hand stays on the floor and we do a little triangle variation to the left. So the left arm comes up and over. Reaching out through the crown, through the sit bones. With your breath. Nice, let it come down. Just take a moment here in this forward fold. Letting yourself rest down there. Let your head hang if that's comfortable for you. You might like to now bring your hands to the outsides of the ankles while you're here. Take your elbows, bend your elbows out to the sides and broaden the upper back. Don't worry about where your head is. You don't have to get your head anywhere near the floor. We're just opening the back. Nice. And then bend your knees and roll your way up. Bring your feet together once you get up. Have a bit of a roll in the shoulders. And then take a pause in mountain pose. Feel in. Okay, great. If you have your weights handy, feel free to grab your weights. If you don't, that's okay. You don't need to use them. I'll just demonstrate just in case you want to what we're going to do. But come to stand at the top of your mat now. Again, you don't have to use your weights for this. All right. So step your right foot back for warrior one. Your heel down, your hips are forward. And then inhale and reach the arms up. Exhale, bend the knee. So reaching those fingers up toward the ceiling. And then you're going to lean forward and bring your arms back behind you. So your little fingers are the ones facing the ceiling. So if you've got weights, it's quite strong on your tricep muscles. Again, inhale now, come up with the arms and the body. And exhale forward, do a little bit of an arrow, and bring the arms back behind you. That's it. Be there with your breath. Last one, lift it up. Hold it there. Where do you want to direct your breath? Feel into that. And then shift. Lean forward. Arms come back. Hold that. Breathe into wherever your body wants you to take that breath. Long in the crown. Then we're just going to step forward into mountain pose. Hold that. Notice what you notice. I'm going to do the other side now. So if you use the weights and you feel like that was enough for your arms, just do it without on this side. When you're ready, same deal. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, bend the knee. Be there with your breath. Expand the whole pose here first. And then we'll shift. Arms come back and the body leans forward. So we've got to be aware that we're not rounding the spine here. Keep the chest open and the spine long. Inhale up. Pelvis is in neutral. Into the bod. Okay, we go again. Last one up. Where does your body need your breath? Last one, back you go. Nice. Step forward into mountain pose. Roll your way down, let your head go first. Let it lead the way. Let your arms be heavy. Bend the knees as much as you need. If you've got your weights in your hand, just let the arms hang with the weights for a moment. And then pop them aside. Okay, we're going to make our way again, if you've moved like me, to the top of the mat with your hands and step back into dog. Be there with your breath in dog. Do your variation of dog, whatever that is. Okay, bring your knees down now. And come straight in to thread the needle here. Left arm first, in and under. And we're just going to hold this. We're just going to do one on each side. So maybe your right hand stays in front of you and you bring your elbow up above your wrist and that's where you stop. Maybe you lift your arm to the ceiling and that's where it stays. Maybe it binds behind you. You choose. But the idea is to lift and open the right shoulder and open the chest. Nice and long in the crown. Don't collapse down in the neck. And no, you can't breathe properly here, but just be with your breath and follow the way it wants to go. Unwind. Push yourself back up to tabletop. Bring your elbows again down to the floor, just like we did before, in that really gentle way. Maybe the bottom goes to the heels, maybe it doesn't. Let your head drop. So let's do the other side. Push on up. This time it's the right arm underneath. Again, where are you going to put this hand? Open the chest. When we open the chest, we're naturally activating the back muscles, the upper back muscles, drawing the shoulder blade around. What's your breath doing? Unwind. Push your way back up. Again, same deal, come down with your elbows. Nice and easy. And from here, you might like to straighten your arms out a little and get a little bit of length happening down both sides of the body. Bring your palms together and lift them up behind your head. Just having a little bit of a stretch here. Work these muscles here quite strongly. Let's just give them a bit of a break. And then come down onto your belly. Okay, so just make your way onto your belly, have a little rock from side to side, lengthen your spine, just creating space in the low back. And bring your hands to your chest level, so fingertips are underneath the shoulders and the elbows are in beside the ribs. Feet are flat on the floor. And just pop your forehead down onto the floor. So your elbows are up. And we're just going to have just a nice basic little flowy cobra, little cobras. So inhale, roll the shoulders up and back, lift the head, the chest, press the feet into the floor. And then exhale down. Shoulders relax a little. Inhale again, roll the shoulders up and back, lift. Let the back muscles do the work. Exhale down. And again, one more. Inhale up. And exhale down. Just have a little wobble from side to side with your spine. With your bottom. And then bring your hands, same level, but take them out wider. So at that same level, but of the chest, but take them out wider. And we're just going to do exactly the same thing, but with wider arms. So when you're ready, the forehead starts on the floor. We inhale, roll the shoulders up and back, and lift the head. And notice how it's a little different this time. Exhale down. Inhale up. Still using those back muscles. Just let the hands on the floor support the movement, not create it. Last one. And down. Nice, just let the hands come up and the elbows rest down. Now in cactus, turn your head to a side and have a little wobble. Now where you are, where your hands are now in cactus, so your elbows will be around about shoulder height where your hands were before, and then your hands are resting up, straight up from the elbow. So we're going to move from there now. So forehead back on the floor. This time take your feet a little wider. So maybe the outside edges of the mat. And when you're ready, we're going to lift and roll the shoulders up. Lift up. This time start when you get as far as you can with your back muscles. Press into your hands. Push a little higher. And then exhale down. Nice, Joe. And then go again. Inhale, roll the shoulders, lift the head. As far as your back will take you, and then use your hands. And down. One more. Hold that here. Press into your feet. Make sure you don't shrug your shoulders away from your ears. Nice. And now rest down. Bring your arms down by your sides. Turn your head to a side. Have a little wobble from side to side. Be there. Take your breath and notice where the breath is. Where do you feel it the most? Turn your head to the other side, so as the neck doesn't get sore. And if you're not already, just take a few nice deep breaths all the way down into the belly and let that open again, reopen the low back. From there, roll over onto your back. Take your time. In constructive rest, just let your back body snuggle in. The time to let go of any holding. And you may be tempted to hug your knees. Just hang off for a moment And let your knees sway really gently from side to side. So they're not going very far at all. All we're doing here is massaging the back of the pelvis into the mat, across the sacrum. Enjoy that movement. Nice. And then come to stillness. Bring your palms up together now, above your chest, reaching toward the ceiling. And what we're going to do, that little movement that we just did in our knees from side to side, we're going to do that, but we're going to also sway the arms from side to side. So you could do that now, just the arms rocking or swaying from side to side and getting that same little kind of movement in the upper back. So the palms are together. Yep. To keep the palms together. So that's going to limit how far you can go. So we want to keep the palms in contact with one another. So you can't go very far when it's like that. All right. And then what you're going to do is you'll take your knees slightly to the left and your arms to the right. And then you're going to change sides. So I'm going to change my angle, my direction, so you can see what's happening here, just in case, because we haven't done this one for a very long time. You can see my palms stay together, my arms stay straight. So essentially, we're twisting between the pelvis and the upper back there. Okay, come back to center. Hug your right leg. Lift your left one up to the ceiling. Have a little twirl of your ankle. And glide it down to the floor. Back on my mat. Letting yourself soften here now. Feel your whole body breathing. Okay. Bend the left leg again, pop the foot on the floor and cross the right leg over the left and then hug them in. Maybe you stay still, maybe you have a tiny little rock from side to side. Just do whatever feels right for you. And you relax your belly muscles, your chest, your shoulders. Okay, let's undo that. Come back to constructive rest for a moment. Take a little pause. And we'll do the same on the other side. So hug the left leg in, lift the right to the ceiling, have a little twirl of your ankle, and float it on down to the floor. Enjoy that opening across the front of the right hip. And bend the right knee again, pop it on the foot on the floor, cross the left over, and hug it. Make sure you relax. Belly, chest, shoulders, jaw. Birthday noisy out there now. Okay, uncross. Constructive rest. Joe, can you hear Rod? Just pop your arm up if you can hear that noise in the background. Okay. Let's get rid of that. Thank you for that. Okay. Grab your bolster now. We're nearly done. Grab your bolster and we're going to go upside down. So placing the bolster under your pelvis and letting the legs float up in the ceiling, up in the air. If you want to come to a wall and use a wall for support or your chair or whatever, feel free to do that. We're just going to get upside down. So take your time setting yourself up, making sure that you're supported underneath the sacrum, so across the sacrum, and that your legs just float up above your hips. So if your legs are out further without support, your belly's holding you there. If you're hanging this way, then you've got your thighs got to switch on and your hamstrings so that your legs don't collapse all the way over. So just float them up above your hip joints. Just enjoy this position. Notice how your body responds to this. Let the arms probably just, I think, rest down by your sides now. Palms facing up, just preparing you for Savasana. Nice position to hold when your legs just are able to float there. So remember, if this is difficult and you're actively having to hold your legs up, use the wall, bend your knees and pop your lower legs on the chair maybe. You want to be as restful as possible here. And then I invite you now to very slowly transition into Savasana. Maybe you just bend your knees first and let your knees fall onto your belly. Or stretch the low back again. Just pressing your bolster away. If you're up the wall, take your time, roll on your side, hang out there for a while. Eventually making your way into Savasana, supported, your legs supported by your bolster. Maybe you've got a blanket. Maybe you have extra weight on your belly and an eye pillow. Take your time setting yourself up. Just feeling into the contact of your body and the floor. Maybe we start with the back of the head today. Feel the weight of the head on the floor. Let go of that weight. Can you soften your scalp, face, your eyes, your jaw, your throat, the back of the neck. And just be with that softness that you've created in your head and neck. Maybe by just watching it, it becomes softer and softer. Begin to notice the back of the shoulders, the back of the arms, the hands, the upper back, the shoulder blades, the chest. And allow that softness from your head and your neck to slowly move down into the shoulders, the back and the chest, and all the way down the arms, into the hands and the fingers. Give yourself time to allow this softening to move through. And notice the low back. Maybe there's just a little bit of contact with the floor. Maybe it's the back ribs and the back of the pelvis. Your belly breathing gently with the breath. And allowing that softness to move down into the back, the abdomen, through all of your organs, your abdominal organs, into the back of the pelvis, your pelvic organ. Notice now your glutes, the backs of the thighs, backs of the knees, the calf muscles, and the heels. Feeling that contact. Letting go of the weight, feeling the front of the thighs, the shins, your feet, your toes. That softness slowly trickling down through the legs, down into the feet and the toes. Whole body now. Being aware of your whole body as one. Awareness of the softness that you created in your body. And the softness that you created in your breath. Unaware of which one created which. Being with that softness. There's no need to rush out of this softness today. You've got plenty of time to bathe in it. Soak it all in. Feel the subtlety of your breath again. And invite in a few slightly deeper breaths. Get a sense of your body breathing, expanding and contracting, filling and emptying. And just by moving the lungs, the whole body breathes. Let your head roll gently to the right. Be there, breathing. Shifting gently, rolling over to the left. Be there, breathing. Make your way onto your side. Be there, whichever side you're called to go to. Let go of everything on your side. No holding. And then with as little effort as possible, roll over just that little bit further and use your arms to roll your way up to a seat for a pranayama practice. Please take your time, take as long as you need. Once you are seated, just take a moment to make sure that you're supported in your seat, that your hips, your legs, your back is comfortable and can support this position for the next 10 minutes. So be as supported as you can be. So we've done our Savasana practice today, which was quite long. That has no doubt relaxed you and relaxed your breath. And you might be feeling, maybe a little foggy. So we're going to do alternate nostril breathing, which is a balancing breath practice. So that will help to shift your energy. So when you're ready, your right thumb to your right nostril, ring finger to your left, and begin with breathing in and out through both nostrils, and then close the right and you begin on the left. Breathing in through the left and out through the right. In through the right and out through the left. So we're just going to keep continuing that breath for our practice today. Remembering to be really gentle on the closing of the nostrils. You don't need to press hard. You don't need to have long, full breaths. Just have your soft rhythm that you've created. And if you find that your nose is blocked today and it's uncomfortable for you, take your hand away and visualize that breath. Visualize the breath moving in through one nostril and out through the other, and then back in to the third eye, back out. So it's this inverted V breath, switching from one side to the other and back. And that is just as effective, or almost as effective, as closing the nostrils. So don't feel that you're not practicing it right if you're not using your hands. You may feel the energy starting to shift again as a result of this breath. Finish the round that you're doing now, and then do one more full round. So a round is starting and finishing at the left nostril. Sitting with that for a moment. We're going to move straight into meditation here. And your focus today for your meditation is the expanding and contracting body, is the breathing body. So whether you want to feel the chest moving, the belly moving, maybe it's the whole body for you. Wherever your focus likes to sit or wants to sit today, that is your focus, the expanding and contracting body. I'm going to ring the bell in about 5 minutes, and then I'm going to stop the recording, and then feel free to keep your meditation practice going for as long as you are called to today. Enjoy your practice. Namaste.